What if I told you that thousands of UK pensioners are about to get an extra £694 added to their payments, and most people don't even know they qualify? The Department for Work and Pensions has just confirmed a brand new boost. But here's the catch: you could lose it if you don't act soon. In the next few minutes, I'll explain exactly who's getting it, when it's coming, and how to make sure that money lands in your account, not someone else's. The government has announced that pensioners who receive certain income-related benefits, including pension credit, could be entitled to a one-off or ongoing boost that averages £694 over the coming months. This extra support is part of a wider package designed to help low-income households and older people cope with inflation and the cost of living crisis that continues to affect millions. According to DWP officials, this money is meant to top up existing benefits, not replace them. In other words, if you already get the state pension, this could come on top of your regular payments. Now, let's talk about the reason behind it. Over the past year, energy prices, food costs, and rent have all gone up dramatically. Even though inflation has started to cool slightly, many older citizens are still feeling the squeeze. For retirees living on a fixed income, every pound counts. And the government knows that the gap between income and living costs is still painfully wide. That's why the DWP decided to introduce a £694 average payment, targeting those most in need, particularly older pensioners and people receiving means-tested benefits. But before you assume it's automatic, it's important to understand how it works. This payment isn't being sent to everyone. To get it, you either have to already qualify for certain benefits or apply for them soon, because only then will you unlock the additional money. The most important of these benefits is pension credit. If you've never heard of it, pension credit is a government top-up that boosts your weekly income if you're retired and living on a low income. It can increase your income to at least £218, 15p a week for single pensioners, or £332, 95p for couples. And here's the key: anyone approved for pension credit can also become eligible for a range of extra payments, including cost of living support, council tax discounts, and even free TV licenses if you're over 75. So that £694 boost you've heard about, it's linked to these very schemes. If you qualify for pension credit, you could automatically receive the full amount even if you weren't claiming before. And here's something most people don't realize: you can backdate your claim. That means if you apply for pension credit now, you could still receive the extra £694 if you would have qualified in previous months. The DWP allows backdating for up to 3 months, as long as you met the conditions during that time. So if you apply today and you're approved, you might not only get ongoing help, but also a lump sum back payment, potentially hundreds of pounds straight into your account. Now, who actually qualifies? To be eligible for pension credit, you must be over state pension age, currently 66 or older. Live in England, Scotland, Wales, or Northern Ireland. And have a low income, usually less than the weekly threshold we mentioned earlier. But even if your income is slightly higher, you might still qualify. Why? Because certain expenses like housing costs, caring responsibilities, or disability payments can be deducted when the DWP calculates your income. So you might still be entitled to partial pension credit or other connected benefits. And once you get pension credit, the £694 boost becomes part of your entitlement, automatically, no separate application required. It's also worth noting that this payment isn't just for those already retired. If you've recently reached state pension age, or are about to, applying now could ensure you don't miss the next round of payments. Now let's talk timing. When will the money actually arrive? According to the DWP, The next payment phase is expected to roll out between November 2024 and March 2025, depending on your claim date. Those already receiving pension credit or qualifying benefits should see the money automatically deposited into their bank accounts. It will show up the same way as your usual pension or benefit payments, with a reference from the DWP or HMRC. For new applicants, payments will start once your claim is processed, usually within 5 to 6 weeks after approval. If you apply soon and qualify, you could receive both backdated pension credit and the £694 cost of living top-up, adding up to well over £1,000 in total extra support. Now, let's discuss one of the biggest issues. Millions of pensioners still aren't claiming pension credit. According to the government's own data, around 850,000 eligible people in the UK are missing out on it, often because they assume they don't qualify. Many older people think they have too much in savings or their income is too high, but that's not always true. Even if you have savings, a private pension, or other income, you could still get pension credit, especially if your income falls below certain limits after expenses. So the government is urging everyone to check their eligibility. It only takes a few minutes online or via phone, and you could unlock hundreds, even thousands of pounds a year. To check, you can go to the official Gov UK Pension Credit Calculator. There, you'll enter basic information about your income, savings, and living situation. It will estimate whether you qualify and how much you could receive. If you prefer, you can also call the Pension Credit Helpline, and someone can walk you through the process step by step. It's simple, confidential, and completely free. Let's talk about what this means for the average household. For many pensioners, £694 isn't just a number. It could cover several months of heating bills, groceries, or travel costs. And when combined with the state pension's triple lock increase, the average retiree could be looking at hundreds more in annual income compared to last year. It's part of a wider effort by the government to show that pensioners aren't being left behind during a difficult economy. After months of pressure, both from campaigners and MPs, the DWP's decision to extend this support has been seen as a much-needed lifeline. But while the £694 figure has caught attention, remember some people could receive more, depending on their circumstances. If you get additional elements like housing benefit, attendance allowance, or carers credit, you could see higher overall payments. It's also a good time to review your winter fuel payment eligibility, as that support is expected to continue for most pensioners over 66. The two combined could give some households nearly £1,000 in extra help this winter alone. However, there's one major warning. If you don't apply for pension credit, you won't receive any of these linked payments, even if you technically qualify. The DWP has been clear. The system can only trigger automatic payments once a valid claim exists. So if you're not on the system, the government simply won't know you're eligible. That's why it's so important to act quickly. Even if you're unsure, applying doesn't hurt. And if you do qualify, the financial impact can be life-changing. Now a few words about how the payment works in practice. You don't need to do anything special to claim the £694 itself. Once your pension credit is approved, the DWP handles it automatically. The money is sent directly to your bank account, and you don't have to fill out extra forms or contact your council. The payment is non-taxable, and it won't affect your other benefits. That means it won't reduce your housing benefit, council tax support, or attendance allowance. It's simply an extra top-up to help cover essential living costs. Thanks for watching UK Insight Now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with other seniors who need this info. See you in the next video. Stay well, stay informed.